Hello, beautiful people. I'm glad for us to meet again. Welcome you all, wherever you find yourself. Good evening, and good morning, and good night, wherever you find yourself. Here is the Catalyst African Town Hall. If this is your first time joining, I'm seeing some new faces too as well. So before we start with our main introduction on what Catalyst African Town Hall is all about, can we give ourselves some short time to introduce ourselves. So my name is Daniel, Cardano ambassador, at the same time member of the African Town Hall. Then I'll call someone else to also do the introduction. So I'll call Musa to also do the introduction. Then Musa, when you finish, you also call someone. Let's go, Musa.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, everyone. My name is Musa Ridwan Itopa from Nigeria, the national president of the Unified Cardano Students Club Nigeria, and also an elected member of the Intersect in Cardano Civic Committee. So thank you, and it's nice meeting you all here. So I pass the mic to Madam Efia.
Woohoo, thank you. I'm Ifia, also a member of the Africa Town Hall team. I am in Ghana. Hello to everyone, whatever time it is at your place. Thank you all for coming, and I hope we are all going to enjoy this section. Thank you.
Madam Efe doesn't want you guys to know she also ran a very big hub in Ghana, the Accra Resource Center.
Thank you for letting me out. She's trying to be humble.
I'm a sellout, right?
I hand it over to Professor Ubio.
And you have bought market. She's trying to be humble. No humility here. Hi guys, Ubio here. I'm the CEO of Remostat. I'm also one of the leads at the Cardinal African Town Hall. Um, I'm formerly at the Intersect Constitutional Council. And yeah, I'm also a deep funding dev outreach rep. Yeah, so that's me in a brief. I'm gonna pass it to Nathaniel, who just came back from Nigeria because I want to hear the story.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Ubio. As you've mentioned, my name is Nathaniel, and I'm the CEO for the African Institute for DeFi and Blockchain. Recently, I was in Nigeria for a democracy dialogue and training, which was them as a Liberty Torch Bearers. And so that was the program that took me to Abuja. And it has to do with something I do in the think tank space. And so we met other changemakers over there. And let me share one ambush that the Nigeria Senate did to us. We paid them a visit, and knowing that we are going to ask them some tough questions, they allow us to ask them questions first before they deliver the speech. And that's one funny thing I brought from Nigeria.
Welcome. So who are you passing it to?
I call on Richmond to do his introduction.
Thank you, Nathaniel. So I am Richmond Opong. I'm a member of Catalyst Africa Town Hall and also design marketing lead for WADA as well as CATH. Thank you. I'll pass it to is it Kalimbiro? Did I pronounce it right?
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. My name is Bertin Kalimbiro. I am from Goma Hub, Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you very much. The floor to Baudouin.
Thank you. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. I'm Bodo Muvunga from Congo. I'm a member of Cardano Hub in Nyiragongo. the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you. Thank you so much to be here. So I can fix something. The French, more French community. I am not an English speaker, but more French speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Daniel Ales, you want to say something? Say hello to us. Where you're joining us from?
Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am Daniel Alex, a member of the Unified Cardano Student Club, Nigeria, and also the president of the Unified Cardano Student Club, Nigeria. So I would like to say hello to everyone. Thank you for the
Okay, Daniel, thank you very much. So just like the main purpose of reforming the Catalyst African Town Hall, it's a platform or a place where various people across the globe with a focus on Africa coming together to discuss technology, blockchain, or emerging technology. And this afternoon or this evening, that's what I'm seeing here. Various people from across Africa coming together under the same umbrella. We have people from Nigeria, Congo, Ghana, what have you. And people are still coming. The last town hall, we had people coming from Madagascar and even Brazil, which is outside the continent. And I think we are serving our purpose very well. And thanks to all of you. So what is African Town Hall is all about? So we notice that emerging technologies are coming every now and then. People are talking about blockchain, people are talking about AI, but it's not about we listening or just being spectators, right? We need to also take part in whatever that is going on. So we took it upon ourselves to inform ourselves, educate ourselves, and also make sure that we get the right resources, right information to participate in whatever that is going on. Our main backbone is the Cardano, and we are a member of the Cardano community, and some of us too are Cardano ambassadors. So whatever that we do, we give priority, right? But however, we also have other people who wear multiple chains or multiple hats, belongs to other chains. And if you have read the white paper of Cardano, you know that interoperability is one of the key aspects of the chain. So the fact that we have an executive who's wearing hat of, let's say, Singularity Net, and at the same time wearing you have a focus on Cardano, makes it like it's a proud something, right? Something that we should be proud of. So that's what African Town is all about, right? We have been organizing physical meetups with university students. And all we do is to educate them, inform them about blockchain, give them the necessary resources for them to also read more. And I'm glad that the most recent governance activity, which is the Interset MCC election, most Africans participate and most of them got elected. And most of them are affiliated to African Town Hall. That's very great. So yeah, that is it. And then also I know this update will be part of what Professor Ubio have for us, but let me take the opportunity to also talk about our most recent greatest achievement, right? That is being recognized on one of the biggest Cardano conferences in the world. That's the Cardano Summit 2025, which was held in Berlin. I don't know if all of you have heard, or Nathaniel, I don't know whether you have heard, but African Town Hall got nominated, and we got the highest vote in our category, and we got awarded. Yeah, we were awarded, and it's a flares, right? It means that whatever that we are doing, the community is watching, the community is supporting us, and they are in agreement with us. So that is it. The videos and everything is on our social media. I will not play it now, right? But when you get time, if you're not following us, kindly go and follow us on X, and then get up to date with everything that we are doing. Aside this, we also do tech activities, right? Like hosting hackathons and other stuff, which will give more information on that coming weeks. So, let's get connected. Let's keep building Cardano in Africa. Let's keep pushing, right? And if you have any project that you want to expand it or develop it or we propose it on Project Catalyst, you can reach out to us and we'll assist you to do that, right? Let me pause. If I say I'll talk about African Town Hall and our activities, I'm sure we'll not close now. I have to talk and talk when Natania came to talk about governance and other stuff and how that video went, how far that video went. But let me pause here and give the platform to Obio. Obio is giving us Cardano 360 today. All the hot cake that we need to know. Myself, my ears are itching me. I want to know what's going on, right? What has happened and what should we expect? So, Obio, over to you. Tell us what's up.
All right, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you guys for joining up today. It's actually a wonderful time. And yeah, let's have fun going through the drama in the ecosystem. I used to say Cardano is one place that the drama never ends. And so yeah, it's one of those moments where we just have to uh, share the drama that is actually ongoing in the community today. And yeah, let's learn, let's share perspectives. So I'm sure uh, Dan has already been sharing with us the fact that we actually got funded, got awarded, but I think we've not had time to give perspective to that award. What does it mean? And so we probably want to start today's 360 by actually giving insight and clarity to what that means, right? Oh, so let's start. First, this award was presented to us at the Cardano Summit. The implication of that is that we start our news today by reminding us or by bringing to our notice that we had the Cardano Summit on the 12th to 13th of November 2025, and it was held at Berlin. In attendance, we had close to about 25,000 people online. We had about 700 plus in attendance physically, right? 800 plus according to my source, right? And then people obviously participated from more than 70 countries. So it was in this wonderful summit that we got awarded. So just some perspective, this gives us insight to the amount of people that were watching us that came to know about what we are doing in this little place, quote unquote, because I'm not sure what we're doing is actually little, right? So yeah. And then we had strategic, so the summit is about strategic partnerships, right? In the summit, the Cardano Foundation released a major research report in collaboration with the Blockchain Research Institute on digital trust and infrastructure. Some of the core themes in the summit was basically trust as a fundamental value of decentralization, and real world asset emerged as some of the core points, right? How do we bring about real world integration of Cardano, right? How do we use real world assets and all that? And I feel like so part of this is not just sharing news, but having a discussion. I feel like these themes also gives us builders some focus areas for us to look at. It means that the Cardano Foundation is looking into some of these places, Web3 adoption, right? So if we have builders in this place, these are maybe currently the catalyst, this in which is still something I'm going to be bringing as part of the information is currently on. And so I'm sure on the call we have builders, people who want to propose, people who have ideas. I think these are some thematic places to look into. How do we increase Web3 adoption, especially Cardano adoption in your little spaces, and especially over here in Africa? What is the what about how do we increase the decentralization value, right, in our ecosystem? How do we maybe tools to improve governance, decentralization? I think these are all things that we need to look into: DeFi liquidity and real world asset tokenization. So I feel that some of these, when we go for summit like this, it gives us direction of where the foundation is looking at, and as smart builders, we can look into building in those direction, right? So digital trust infrastructures and a whole lot of these places. So do we have builders in the house? These are places that you should consider looking at or building for, or for you to keep being relevant in the space. Just to inform us, next year the Cardano Summit is going to be held at the in Singapore, and so if you are actually thinking about attending, I think Singapore, you can start making preparations yet on time. So this is it. So the next one is us to talk about. Sorry, I don't know why this stuff does not want to move. All right. So the next one, this is where we now want to blow our horn, guys. The Catalyst African Town Hall got the Cardano, got key recognition at the Cardano Summit. Catalyst African Town Hall recognized as a key contributor to education and community building, right? This is what we have actually been doing. What this is, I deliberately had to bring this up. We had about 236 community votes, and the second place was 98, right? Guys, I think this is this shows that the community is rewarding us for our valuable contribution. I think when I was thinking about why did we get honored in the ambassador and education category, I felt like part of it is a lot of work that the Catalyst African Town Hall has done. I say Daniel is a very meek person, so most times he doesn't blow the horn. But I think in this moment, it's beautiful for us to remind ourselves of some of our achievements in the year 2025. Catalyst African Town Hall has played a pivotal role in the decentralization of the Cardano Summit, right? Having summits now in different continents is as a result of the lobbying work done by Catalyst African Town Hall in collaboration with WADA, right? This is why today we now have summits that are not just held in one place, but held all over the continent. So we need to blow that horn. This year also, I think we had the CATH Africa 2025 that held the first decentralized summit that we had over here in Africa. We had in 3 locations at the same time, and also online concurrently. Online, we had 4,000 plus persons watching the event online, and then physically we had close to 200 persons actually following this event. These are all contributions, these are all achievements that this community has been able to achieve, right? So permit us to actually blow our horns. I know sometimes, like I said, Daniel can be very meek and humble, but I think in moments like this award actually goes out to the work. It shows that the community does reward people who come out and are working endlessly to for the growth of the community. But again, this award is not just for Catalyst African Town Hall. This award, it goes to every member of the Catalyst African Town Hall, partners, organizations supporting us, because the Catalyst African Town Hall is a mother organization to a lot of other organizations in Africa, right? So a lot of us that are here, we all belong to different organizations. We are doing different things, and Catalyst African Town Hall catalyzes the conversation by bringing these different units and these different forces together to have conversations, right? So this is Accra Resource Center having this award. This award goes to the DIT in Congo. This award goes to the Unified Cardano Student Club. This award goes to to Remo Star. This award goes to every other group that I might not remember, to Coxygen, every other group that actually makes up this community, right? So it is WADA, everybody that makes up the Catalyst African Town Hall unit. We actually dedicate this particular award to you. Thank you guys for supporting, for bearing the vision, for supporting what we do. And yeah, thank you. So this is your award. This is actually your award, and this is not ours. So we want to, at this moment, we return the appraises and appraisal back to the people, the builders in the community, the builders in Africa, the guys who actually make Africa what it is. You are the builders, you are the MVPs, and this award goes directly to you. All right. So, on the technical side, sorry, we have the uh, production ready. Sorry, I want to change this slide. I don't think I want to use. Okay, maybe I can change it towards the end. Okay, so on the production side, we have Hydra Vision 1 and Orobus Phalanx upgrade currently ready. So most people that say Cardano is not quite fast, it's not good for enterprise adoption. Well, introducing you to Hydra, right? Hydra is a layer 2 scaling solution and it goes live. Its production it's actually one of those technology that will actually improve the performance and decentralization applications that we actually have in Cardano, right? So fast speed, decentralized application, and then more scalability. This is what this release is all about, and this is what we want you guys to know about this, right? And then the consensus protocol enhancement. We've been these are the features that we actually released for the Orobus Phalanx upgrade, verifiable delay functions, enhanced security, and continuous innovation. So with these features, the network would get much more better, and this is what this section is all about. And then let's go talk about a little bit about Bluetooth and other stuff that we do know. So block size increased to 128 kilobyte and Bluetooth memory has been raised to 20 million units per transaction. Block size expansion, block size increased from previous limit to 128 kilobyte, allowing more transactions to be processed in each block and improving overall network. So, and then Bluetooth script memory allocation raised to 20 million units per transaction, enabling more complex smart contracts and decentralized application to execute efficiency. This update collectively improved the chain scalability and execution efficiency, right? Supporting the growth of the ecosystem of decentralized application and enabling higher transaction volume. So what does all of this mean? Well, in layman's term, we are simply telling you that it's only getting better to develop on Cardano, right? So anyone out there thinking about why should I actually develop on Cardano, I think what we're showing you with regards to this update is that this is a community listening, this is a community that is constantly iterating and trying to get better, right? Both in terms of the block size and in terms of the memory size. The technical team is constantly evolving and constantly getting better, right? Over here, just recently, IOG released a Halo 2 Bluetooth verifier, enabling Bluetooth smart contracts to verify zero knowledge proof directly on chain. I think this has been one aspect that a lot of people, we know the whole privacy discussions that have been ongoing, right? And how privacy has become one of the most important aspects of the blockchain today, right? So with this new release from IOG, your Bluetooth verifier can now enables smart contracts, can now verify zero knowledge proof directly on chain, instead of us taking an indirect approach using those ZK snack approach, the way it's been done, right? So now we can use our Bluetooth smart contract, directly verify zero knowledge proofs directly on chain, right? And then this advancement opens new possibility for privacy preserving applications and efficient verification of complex computations, right? So now it means that if you're a builder in the house, or you're probably going to be watching this, with what Cardano has, with what IOG has actually released, now you can actually write smart contracts that actually work on zero knowledge proofs directly on chain, right? This is actually a big plus to the Cardano community and the technical team. I want to say kudos to the team over there. All right. So we move to another aspect of this thing. But before we do, because we are going to be entering into this side. So one, I just want to, we talked about two things, right? We talked about the Cardano Summit. We've talked about the fact that this community actually won the award for the ambassador, for the education ambassador category. And yeah, and then also we've also told you about the fact that the technical aspects of Cardano is only getting better, right? And so I want to know how that excites you. What's your reaction to this aspect, which evokes what reaction as you hear this information. So we're going to be taking a pause here before we take a look at other aspects of what's going on in the community, as I'll be waiting to hear your feedback on this. How do you feel hearing that we got this award? What's your general view about the Cardano Summit, the attendance, like just generally, or about the technical upgrades that are actually ongoing? What does it make you feel? Does it make you feel more confident? Are you excited? What are you excited about? I would like to hear from the community. Yeah,
Okay, so
anyone, just put up your mic and
let
then
me
there's
begin. Can I proceed?
sure.
Okay, so first off, I'll say congratulations to the Catalyst Africa Town Hall team. It's been a fantastic journey. We all saw it from the beginning, and carrying it from that time till now, the level of consistency is top notch. And sometimes you see Daniel has to miss schools with some other stuff, and it's not easy because I'm in my own small corner and I'm mixing school with a lot of things, and I see how like backward like some of my activities are slowing down. So kudos to you guys for the consistency. Then the Cardano Summit, it was fantastic. I saw the stream. I saw the stream online and I even shared for some people in my community to also join. It was a very fine program. Everything that went on was very nice, and I'm glad that if we wanted a place to get African town halls to be recognized, that was a very big stage to put ourselves like there. Then in terms of the technical upgrade, okay, I think with the zero knowledge proof, okay, it's something that I see to be very welcoming because we have a gap, like on the Cardano chain. That's what I think. We have a gap in terms of developers and then ideas. So you have a lot of people who have ideas and in their imaginations, but they are not developers. But with this zero knowledge proof, that will help you build smart contracts with no knowledge. You can just drag and drop. I think it's something that if we have, we do more lessons on people with the soft skills can also venture into that arena and put their wildest ideas into play. Like the architect work, okay? Architects are technical people, but the people who bring the design in the building, most of the times they draw. They don't even know how they can get the calculation and the dimension. They just draw a beautiful thing, and the architect can look at the drawing and say, okay, this is how we can put this into being. So, like one philosopher says, art is the soul of technology. So you cannot do the tech with all the hardcore builders narrative or builder scope. If you have people with the soft skills, they are the people who are going to bring fantastic imaginations. You get it, fantastic imagination. So it's like and that is what is going to bring about the innovation. So this is something that I think is welcoming. But if I have one question, if there's going to be there's going to be um an academy on it, like the way we have the Cardano Academy where we do the lessons on the Cardano blockchain, Cardano governance. I think in recent time there's a course on Binance Academy as well for on Cardano governance. And so if there is on this one particular, I think that also be very something that will be very helpful. But I don't know if there is such development as well. Thank you very much. Let me end here so that others can also say something.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I think I would like other people react as well and share their feelings and experience and opinion. Yeah. Thank you, Nathaniel. All right. Someone else, just take the mic and share your feeling. I'm gonna call Musa out though if he doesn't pick this mic.
This be a AFCON affair, so whatever you want to do, we'll be watching.
Musa, I think he's having the mic issue. His mic is open, but we can't hear him. Musa, are you talking? I guess so. I guess he's having network issue. Alfred, your mic is open. You want to say something? Musa, we can't hear you. Well, yeah. Alfred, I don't know. Am I the one that is not hearing them, or it's no, we can't hear them actually.
Yes, we can't actually hear them if they are speaking.
I think they are from what I'm seeing here. All right, sorry about that. Maybe Madam Efia Richmond, you want to say something? Yeah,
Ubio,
yeah.
as we've all contributed, I believe that we are going to go a long way within the ecosystem in all that we are doing. And we appreciate those who are contributing to make the ecosystem big. And it's a good platform that we are all. I know the other platforms. I've not experienced any of them yet. Like I've experienced Cardano and its associates, Midnight, Internet, and all those things. So, though I'm not a technical person, I really appreciate the onboarding, the education I'll give to the people who are so concerned on the blockchain. Because
Can you be a little bit more audible?
oh, can you hear me? I'm saying that though I'm not a technical person, I appreciate all those things that people do. And I also do my bit by introducing people to blockchain and especially the Cardano blockchain because of all that it's doing, especially right now that it's going to enterprising and all those things. So yes, I share all the things that you guys have said, Nat's contribution, and what we are all doing within the ecosystem.
Yep, thank you. All right. All righty, so we move. Next one is Catalyst Fund 15 opens, and it didn't just open, it opened with enhanced requirements and a different. So this is more like a very so this is not your traditional Catalyst round. So maybe we'll just give in some updates. Updated eligibility. Right now, you have to be able to go check in if you're actually eligible to apply. To be able to apply, you must not have any project that is past 1 year that is currently ongoing. You must not have any delayed projects, right? In that is more than 3 months. And also, I think you can only apply with 2 ideas, right? This application is not just for this thing. You can only be associated, right? So it's not just about being applied. You can't be a part of a team if you are with more than one idea. So you can only be associated with 2 projects. So it's not just how many you can apply, it's how many you can be associated, right? So we have to check it. The categories have been changed, so you may also want to check. Just to let you know, the amount has reduced. Is the now we have I think the developer category is out now, so we no more have the developer category. We now have the concept. We now have the ecosystem, and um we have the ecosystem, we have the partners, and the partners and product are together now. So, and then we now have special categories for midnight projects, right? So if you do have a midnight related idea, and we've already talked about the whole zero knowledge proofs and the ideas around midnight and how privacy is becoming extremely important, right? So there's 250,000 in USDM funding that is meant for the special round, and it's actually for expanding funding beyond just traditional other allocations. So there's going to be a lot of focus on quality, and there are a lot of checkmates that have actually been put, check measures that have actually been put. So you want to go read the guide and be sure that you are available and you can actually apply. Deadline for submission of proposals is on the 27th of November, technically saying about less than 1 week from today. And if you want to be a proposer, or you just want to review other people's proposal, please, this is the time to register. You have to do that quite on time for you to be able to do that. So without you registering on time, you won't be able to be a reviewer, you won't be able to be a proposer. So guys, go check in, do that, and we have till 27th of November to do all of this. So you want to participate in Fund 15 in any ways, please. This is the time for you to do that. All right, next on the agenda, on the news. So this is just to
Ubio, please. Ubio.
Yeah.
Hello.
We are hearing you, ma'am.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Please, can someone else speak so that she
Yeah.
can hear you?
So we can hear you, Madam Ifya. Say, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think she's having a problem.
Yeah, I guess she's having some problems.
Problem with you. Maybe
Yeah, whenever
I was asking that the number.
Sorry, we didn't get the question. Wow. Okay, so wait, whenever she comes up and asks the question, we're going to definitely respond to her question. So this particular one was just for those who missed the data for the last round. We had 1,600, that's for Fund 14, 1,600 submitted ideas, 20 million in ADA funding, and about 131 proposals got funded. We already know the drama that came with this, so I want to spare us that. Just a summary of that drama. Catalyst promised us that they're going to be using the quadratic vote way, but we ended up having to use one-on-one because of the parameters that was put in place. Okay, so free 2 hours course. Cardano Academy, I've actually partnered with the Binance Academy to actually create Cardano fundamentals on Binance Academy, right? So far, more than 30,000 plus people have already are on track of completing the courses, right? And it's completely free and self-paced, right? Taking approximately 2 hours and 56 minutes to complete. We're saying that to mean in case you are on this call and you want to get the basics of Cardano fundamentals, please go on Binance Academy and you would be able to get it free of course, right? But we think this is actually a very good initiative led by the Cardano Academy because it's actually giving us or giving people, it's taking Cardano fundamentals to the people who really need it. It takes it to the public, and Binance actually does have thousands of persons in there, and no better way to create Cardano adoption than taking this other part, right? So at the end, you are going to receive a certificate upon completion and then showing your basic understanding of and validating your understanding of Cardano as well. All right. So we go to Intersect. Intersect launches security bug bounty and proposes some amount of money for that. The bug bounty program is to strengthen the security of the open source governance tool, specifically targeting Gov tool and backend processes. Security researchers and developers are incentivized to identify and report vulnerabilities, ensuring robust security for governance and infrastructure, right? So this is what this is all about, right? So some amount of money of ADA has been dedicated to this cause of enabling people to go in and find bugs, right? So if you can find a bug in the governance tooling, especially, then you would be incentivized for that process, right? So this is what all of this is about. So in case we have, I know we have some cybersecurity people here, people that like testing bugs and vulnerabilities of website and app, people like Daniel. I'm sure they will be so interested in that conversation. Yeah, how do we report? I think that should be from the open source, is it work group or the open source this is, sorry, somebody asked a question. How do we report a bug? So I'm saying said that should be from the open source work group. You can always get that information from them. Intersect open source work group. All right, then so we move to the next one. So obviously, if you were here earlier, you would have seen us congratulating Musa. Why did we congratulate him? Well, this is the story behind that. Intersect actually had their elections for committee seats that were actually open. About 293 voters cast about 5,182 ballots for 98 candidates who were competing for 36 committee seats. All right. And so out of that, we had a lot of people from our ecosystem come up, and then especially special congratulations to Musa for emerging part of the members of the MCC. I think it's a valuable win for him. In case you don't know, Musa is one of the he's an active member of our community and also a member of the Cardano. He's the president of this of the Cardano Student Club in Nigeria. And yeah, this getting that level of recognition from the community shows that the community sees and his participation and is actually rewarding that. So yeah, from the community here, we say congratulations to him and to other members of our community that actually made it through the seats. Well done. So yeah, we already know the story, how it went. It's one-on-one votes, obviously. One not one ADA, one vote, sorry, one person, one vote. And then yeah, so that was how that went. Yeah, so the next one is another important stuff here is on-chain governance framework. And okay, so SIP 1694 implementation on-chain voting integration and enhanced DREP activity drive governance. So this just talk about some work that is currently ongoing with respect to Cardano governance framework and enabling this. When we're talking about the governance framework, definitely we're talking about activities to enhance key decision making in our ecosystem and to bring about community voice. And so this is just telling us how this has gone through, right? So we'll just take a quick one because we have some other things to report. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing because I have another slide, some continuation of this slide. So give me some minutes.
Okay, so whilst Ubio is looking for the second slide, Musa, let me ask you this question. How do you feel standing for the first time in the interset, like looking for a seat in the interset to take part in the governance activities for the first time, and you got elected, right? This doesn't usually happen, even in real politics. You can't just come for the first time you got elected. So as an individual, how do you feel? Do you think your contributions are being noticed? Because I know you are doing a lot with your Cardano Unified Nigeria Club, right? So how do you feel, Musa?
I think he's probably having the sound issue. But yeah, I think we really need to, like you said, it's very rare. It's not a common occasion to get people who just come in at the first time and they're already getting,
Yes,
yeah. So yeah,
yes.
I think we need him to come in and talk about that. So maybe I'll need to share my screen again and
Okay.
sorry, I'm loading it. Okay, this is taking time. I'll just do this.
Would you want me to assist you with the sharing?
I think I've shared it now. Let me know if you can see.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, some other stuffs are ongoing, and I think it would be nice to let you guys know. Like we said, we focus core on Cardano here, but we also are very open to other stuff, especially other projects that are building using the Cardano blockchain. And one of that is SingularityNet. And they are currently having their deep funding. Deep funding is like their catalyst arm, and they're currently having their hackathon in Nigeria, facilitated by Remostat. And yeah, so the and also this is so the focus of this hackathon is actually it's focused on four key areas: health, security, climate action, and an open category just to get ideas that are wildcards, right? So the project has been ongoing for the past uh, 2 to 3 weeks. All parts of Nigeria is currently on fire for AI, and the top winners will be coming over to Lagos for the finals of the finals. So if you're in Lagos and you want to participate, please, there is a link I'm going to be sharing to let you know where you can come in to watch the finals of this particular competition. It's going to be great. And yeah, it's going to be open to everyone to come in and watch as well. People are building core innovations, and one of the things that was done is to make sure that we only look at areas that are currently problematic and relevant to us. So health is one place where we feel solutions will be relevant. Insecurity is ravaging, especially in the northern aspect of Nigeria. So we feel like building solutions in these places would be relevant. And climate action, we already do know what climate is and how it's a global problem, and obviously the open innovations as well. So this is what this is about, and then hopefully we will get some of the best ideas and solutions from this. Yeah, so okay, so I think we've captured all of this already. And then, yeah, I think there's one more thing that I'm trying to miss. I don't know which of the slides we have that in. Okay, I can't seem to see that. But yeah, these are some quick updates that we have in the Cardano ecosystem. And if there is any other one that I would just recall, maybe before we drop off, I think I will just add that up. But yeah, guys, that's the update. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quick question, right?
Okay, yeah, quick one. I think the what I needed to add up was to talk about the Cardano Constitutional Council, the crisis that we find ourselves. I don't know if I should say that now or I should take your question before going down to that.
No, please go ahead.
All right, all right. So currently they say, like we said, drama never finishes in the Cardano ecosystem, of course. And one of such recent drama um, is the fact that uh, one of the seats, one of the constitutional seats, actually decided that they'll be dropping off, and that is as a result of lack of incentive, right? So the team, the seat members are having sat and discussed, realized that there's not enough incentive to continue with what they are doing. So they asked that they will be dropping off. So Cardano the Atlantic Council seat would be ending soon because they feel that they do not have enough motivation and that the community does not motivate them enough or incentivize them enough for them to continue with their work, right? And so the implication of this is very dire. Cardano has under the parameters that we've actually, the technical parameters for from the constitution, we must have at least the minimum CC equal to 7, right? So it cannot be less than 7. So a drop in 1 means we're going to be having 6 seats, and with 6 seats, we cannot you cannot make any governance action or any ratification from governance action except their non-treasury or non-relevant issues or things that does not need the CC to actually interpret the constitutionality of those ones. So this is the quack where we find ourselves here. It brings up 2 questions to the community. One, are we okay continuously missing or losing some of our best talents because the community prefers to take a conservative approach to budgeting? Or are should we as a community start going liberal, take liberal approach to treasury expenditure? But also knowing the implication of that, right? So, but are we okay losing talents, losing the best minds? Because the best minds will never go where they are not adequately being rewarded, right? So this is part of what this whole conversation implies. Anyway, Intersect has tried to is organizing a snap election, so that's why we needed to mention this. So in case you or your entity or your consortium want to take over that seat, but don't forget it's a free and volunteer seat. Please do apply for it. Check up on Intersect Discord to find out more information about it. But again, this opens up the broader conversation about incentives in the ecosystem and the correlation between incentives and the right people and the right motivation. Yeah. So I think this is the best place to end the conversation. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Ubio. I noticed Nathaniel wanted to say something. I don't know if he's still interested.
Yeah, Danny, it was a quick thought that ran through my mind when Ubio was making his update on governance. crisis. Pardon me, I'm outside, so forgive the noise. So what I was trying to say is that I'm seeing the Cardano community as like we are now charting a path in governance, and if you go to every country, they have founding fathers, and so I'm looking at how the situation was for them when they were founding the country. You get it. So let's say in Ghana, for Nigeria, they have the Yaraduas and those stuff. So you realize that those times, like, they were also not incentivized, but because of a future they wanted to build, that was how come they were so much enthused. We have the Osage Force in Ghana. So just let's take ourselves back to the how like nations are funded. And some of these, even when you go to America, the Douglas, they are founding fathers. You realize that they
The
were all
Brown
doing
Twins, yeah.
their own farm works, and then they were using their produce to support whatever country that they hope to build, because the incentive is that in the future it's supposed to be better off for, if it's not for me, for my children. So that is the kind of crisis we find ourselves. So we need to look at it in that picture as well, so that we will appreciate why the the system is like this, that we don't like, maybe more people are more like nobody should incentivize, because these are governance situations. So you are not enjoying, because it's like you are not having any incentive, and you are going to create a future for us. And that future that you're going to create for us, it could be that you'll be there, it could be that you will not be part. But because you don't know whether you're there or not, you need to create the modality so well, so that even if the devil is there, we get a greater outcome. Because if you put it in a way that you put just, it's about like you plan it and you know that, okay, it's like the way the military leaders, when they take power, they once they take power, they try to bring in a new constitution and say this is the new world for us, and then they create it so juicy for themselves, and they still come around the election and then they take it up. So it's like, no, what are you see, that kind of transition, we don't really see it as the democratic transition. You get it, and so that is the misfeeling in the conversation. But uh, the issue of incentives and whatnot, we need to finish our structures when it comes to governance. Personally, that's what I think. We should finish every structure when it comes to governance. And once we are done with every structure, then we can come and engage in incentives and incentivize across.
Yeah, that's a
Thank you.
view, and I think that's a very valid view. Different people own different views to that. But I think this is a very valid way to look at it. Maybe the community is asking for a conservative approach to treasury because it wants to get the motivated and passionate people against because motivated and right people are even more motivated and passionate people sometimes can be even much more better than the right persons, quote and unquote, right? So I think this is probably a way to look at it. But there's also arguments to that if you need the right people, you will always need to get the right people. You need to pay the right people to get into the seat. So there are conversations for and against, but thank you for giving us that deeper look into the mind of the community with respect to how things are going. Thank you. Daniel.
Yes, Ubio. My question is not on governance. My question is on Singularity Net. They are defunding. Did you say defunding have been open calling for proposals, or is only the AI hackathon?
Yeah, so there are currently a lot of shifts that are going on in the Singularity Net technology tech stack. That's why rounds have not been open. So what we are doing is just the hackathon, which, like I said, is on in collaboration with Remostad here in Nigeria, actively ensuring that we facilitate the program, right? But yeah, so that's like and this is the first of its kind physical hackathon that deep funding is ever entering into. And yeah, so we've not opened a round yet for so many reasons, but I can assure you that we will open soon. The core reasons are mostly infrastructure and technical. As Singularity Net, we all know the whole ASI Alliance is undergoing a lot of metamorphosis.
I see. Okay, that makes sense now. And so the AI, right? The AI hackathon, is it ongoing or you are calling for participants now?
Oh, yes, it's currently ongoing. However, we are calling for people who want to attend the finals. That's what we are calling. So if you want to attend the finals, we want to mix up with other AI builders. We're going to be having AI builders, AI governance, government will be there, investors will also be there. So if you want to mix up with this audience, this is actually the best place to be.
Okay, very well noted, Obio. I don't know if somebody have any question to ask. If not, I
Um,
will. Mhm.
I think Musa is back. Musa said his voice is, you know.
Oh, Musa, welcome back. So I had a question for you. I don't know if you had a question or you want me to repeat the question again. But it's quite
I got
simple, right? We wanted to find out, right? You have been elected, right, into a very high office within the Cardano ecosystem when it comes to governance. Normally, we all know how it is, right? Being a first uh, um, a first time aspirant, right? Aspiring to become for the first time, and then on your first attempt, you got elected. Usually, this doesn't happen in our political atmosphere anywhere, right? It doesn't happen like that, and it can also happen, right? But on a very rare occasions, whereby your impact is well felt, right? And I'm no doubt about your contribution when it comes to Cardano community building. But personally, Musa, how do you feel being elected?
Yeah, thank you very much to Please African Town for that. I don't know if you can hear me, please.
Yes, you are very clear and loud.
All right. I at first I will say I'm appreciating every single person that actually helped to put this in place, because it was not by my effort, even though my effort pays too, but it was not by my effort, because we know there are a lot of people that have put in work beyond what I'm doing, and at the end of the day, maybe they were not opportune to get there. So, like you said, I was like I when I saw that, and I was like, whoa, it is what it is. So this is the continuation of the journey, because yeah, we've been in the ecosystem, and also I've been elected to in a small sector of the ecosystem, which is the Fact and State Club. So this is just the continuation of the journey. I feel yeah, maybe like yeah, let's give him a try on this one again, like you said. And you know, I was elected by Cardano community members, right? So definitely I am also here, and I'm hoping to actually um guide and hold onto their trust that they've entrusted in me. So yeah, I feel very, I'm not going to lie, I feel surprised and happy, but at the same time I feel maybe yeah, you know, and also it got me motivated that yeah, all the little things I feel doesn't matter that I'm doing. I just have to keep pushing and keep doing things that I have been doing and improve on them, and you know, come harder, come stronger. That's just it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. I think we'll find a time and bring you on board and ask you more questions, right? We have seen a lot of people fighting for seats. They get a seat, then they do nothing. And then their turn is over. And I know you are a very proactive person because um, um, I've vetted you before on two different occasions, right? The first one was the first time I met you. The second one, I reviewed your track record and I vetted you again. And I know that you are not just going to warm up seat, right? But you are actually going to speak up and defend what is right and object what is wrong and agree to disagree. I hope that is the plan, Musa. No, Musa, don't do this. Don't do this to us. No, 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 Musa. No, Musa, don't do this to us.
It's not his fault, it's MTN's fault.
No, Musa, start using Vodafone. No, 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 no. Anyway, Musa, you don't have to answer this question, right? But we'll find a time and bring you on board, right? What's the post again? Is it MCC committee member? Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, Musa. Just save your last
Sorry,
bundle.
don't mind
I
me. I
know
don't
how
know.
it
Maybe
is.
network got error.
Okay.
Initially, right, I wanted to actually apply it for MCC, right? Only like MCC only. So I felt like, yeah, there have been a lot of little things that I have been complaining personally from my end about in the Cardano ecosystem. For example, governance action, people not taking part in governance. Like we have the rep that where we have some that are not active. Like when it comes to governance action, some the reps are not even taking their responsibilities or their duties, right, to put things in order in places, right. And that is kind of challenging, and I feel it's a problem that needs to actually look into. At the same time, I feel like, okay, why do I have to be complaining, right? Why not I just take action and maybe show a part of example to let people know that, yeah, things can actually be done this way. Things can actually get right through this process, right? Even though everybody cannot get it right, but at least no matter what, there's going to be one person there, two people there that will get to learn from what I'm doing. So that was I think what even crossed my mind, that I applied for the civic committee also, and to God be the glory, that was here I found myself. And I said to myself, yeah, I'm not here to like sit down. I don't want to make case studies. We've seen a lot of situation, let's say local politics, where people get elected and at the end of the day they go to the house and sit down, just listen and do. Yeah, I promised myself to actually go there and at least make an impact, that the community, the Canadian community, everybody that entrusted me, even those that doesn't, like, will get to see that, yeah, yeah, oh wow, things can be actually things can get better. So that's it. I'm not going to just fold my hands and listen and just go. Yeah, hopefully.
Yes, I really like it that you saw some loopholes, and instead of you to complain, you rather step in to solve that issue. That's a very bold step, a very bold statement, Musa. Yeah, hi Nathaniel.
Yeah, I think I want to contribute something with respect to what Musa has said,
Yeah.
like taking steps. I must say that what challenge I share in the challenge that he talks about.
Mm-hmm.
And myself, I've also contested governance position in the past, but I have been unsuccessful. But
Okay.
the main point that he was talking about, that is the main problem I also stood on. And in Fund 15, I have submitted a proposal called Cardano Governance Forum, where I believe we should create a civic space to get more governance conversation ongoing in order to bring people into participating in governance. And so maybe after here done, I'll share that with you. And we hope that we collaborate with Africa Town Hall. And if we are able to win, that's fine. So we work on something like that to create a civic space, so that like what Prof reported on, people resigning from the governance space. This we need more civic space to make people have the conversation going, because to have governance going on, for people to participate, people must hear. And then that's why in our normal parlance, I always relate our blockchain governance to what we are doing in the physical democracy that we find ourselves. You realize that when you wake up early every morning, there is talk show, radio talk show. In Nigeria, they have Arise TV, and other media stations. Like they talk about politics. They discuss the issue, because it is through the constant engagement that we are able to build better solutions for ourselves. And so that's why in the democracy, like everybody must say something. Like even if you are a minority, you need to say minority will have a say, and the majority will have their way. Because so you need to create the space. So we need that kind of. So I've written a proposal on that to help create a civic space and get the conversation ongoing, getting the DRFs accountable. getting community members engaging in government processes. We need to bring the government to them, or we need to bring governance to them. That's why even with the structure, we even have up to the local representative. But we need to have forums that people can know that when I come here, even though I'm not having an official seat, but when I come here and I speak, there are people who have official seats that may pick one or two ideas that we share on these specific spaces, and then they may want to implement them. And that is the best way we can. I believe that's a very good way we can do to create more participation in governance. So that's what I want to share. Thanks.
Yes. Nathaniel, thank you very much. We'll be happy to partner with you to push the agenda forward. But personally, I have a question for you, Nathaniel. Looking at your background, your experience in governance, but I've actually not seen you taking active position in the interset. Is there any particular reason for that?
Like I mentioned, I've contested for intercept election like twice. Okay, I did. I think I was trying to join the civic committee because that's where I think my expertise can function in respect to constitutional activities and whatnot. So because currently I'm even in the law school. So but then after applying, I did twice. I didn't get the opportunity. Maybe in the future that there may be a chance. But then this particular election, I didn't apply at all because I felt I'm in my final year now. I need to just concentrate and then, as you
Yes,
say,
that's true.
just take your wig and go out so that when I take my wig, I can come back and then maybe contest again. But then I've put myself out there before, but I didn't get the support that I needed to participate. But then I keep following governance, and like Musa mentioned, I'm passionate about it because of the participation bit for people for the architect of Cardano governance already decentralized. But for people to engage in it, we need to do the governance education so that people will get the zeal to participate. For instance, we have, I think, section 4. I may be wrong with the sections that I'm quoting, but if you check section 4, that talks about vote either that are not delegated to any rep may be automatically be voting abstain on governance actions because those aiders have not been delegated to any D rep. And so because they are not being delegated, there's a constitutional provision in the Cardano constitution that says that those ones will be voting either abstain or no. I've not quite, I've forgotten the details, but there's a provision there like that. And so if we don't do the education, we may be putting better proposals and unknown to others. Their inactions or their non-participation in governance and not delegating will be rendering our efforts and nice proposals getting no vote. And so if you go to the governance, check the governance, you see some of the proposals, you see that no votes are running in millions, and I believe some of these are maybe aiders that have not been delegated because the people are not participating. You get it? And when it comes to us, like in Africa, for instance, we want to drive participation because Africans' participation in Cardano is only boils down around catalysts. And once they come and do maybe review work and they get some money, they are okay. They just go off. The next time you see them participating actively is when another funding round is due. So we need to do the governance education so that people can participate in it. So like Danny, I've put myself out there, and then even this funding round, I've put in like my idea in there to with the hope that we get something on governance. Thank you.
Sure, that's good. Now that you have informed us, I think we would also try our best to push your proposals for you. And next time also when you stand for it, you can also let us know. You might not know, right? But our platform is one of the most powerful voices in the ecosystem. We are not promising you a win, but at least for the exposure and
Sure,
for the
sure,
people to
sure,
know, yes, for the people to know you, you're going to get it.
sure,
One thing
sure.
that I like about you is that you don't just talk, right? But you talk and you quote with articles, right? And that's what makes you a legal practitioner. Like Ubio talking with all the text, talking about hackathons and stuff, right? And AI. Yeah, so It's good. It's good. It's good that we have you in the ecosystem. It's good. Thank you very much, Musa. Thank you, Nathaniel. I think we have reached the no, we have reached the time, and we have even spent more on it. I don't know whether Obio have something final thing to tell us, or I should go ahead and close the session.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, Obio, thank you very much for your presentation, Obio. For personally, I'm always glad to hear from you because although I might have heard some of the informations, but you present it in the way that you always want to hear what is next and want to hear more. Thank you very much for pulling all the updates together for us. And I'm sure most of the community members are not here because they know they can get the recorded version and listen to it, and they will understand it because it was presented by Professor Obio. Thank you very much. Our next meeting will be announced very soon. We are planning to organize two town halls, physical town halls before the year end. We are targeting two French countries, Burkina Faso and Congo. We are still in talking with the Congo team. We are yet to reach out to the Burkina Faso team, but we are very happy to do this, especially in these two African French-speaking countries, right? And there's a good reason why we are doing that as well. So you'll be also seeing that on our socials very soon. Yeah, what's the next update? Yeah, African Town is putting in another proposal to support our operations, right? And this time around, the operation is not going to be only the team, right? But all our community members who will be attending the town hall is being factored in that proposal. So, whenever you see a proposal out there and you're a reviewer, review it very well. Give us all the critiques that we need so that we can improve ourselves. So, on that note, I would say thank you very much once again. Madam Ifea, you have something to tell us? If not, Bonway, good night. Have a sound sleep and enjoy your weekend, right? Don't forget that the world is open and waiting for you and your innovations, right? To keep it moving, especially Africa is counting on all of us.
Hello.
So, yeah, you can build anything you want on Cardano. Yeah, you don't have to be a developer. Just have the idea, identify a problem, discuss
Hello.
with people. Discuss with people, then move forward with your agenda, right? So, thank you very much. Have a good night. Officially, we have closed. If you want to spend your weekend with us, you can grab yourself some drink and let's cheer up, cheer ourselves up. Au revoir. Good night. Bye bye.
Hello. Hello.
Bye-bye. Good night.